Oh no, it's Mr. Moseby outside of the Moseby Hotel. It is gone, it is in flames. It is not here anymore. Oh, Mataru Shampoo, what will we do?
I don't know, sir. I build back again?
We'll have to do something. Wait, who's that in the distance?
Okay, you can clear this shit right off, guys. Get this shit out of the way. Mr. Moseby, what the fuck has gone on? We gave you a second chance with a hotel and you burned the shit down again.
It was a cat for fire.
Oh, thank God, because this mean I can stop doing the voice?
Right, get it away. We need to clear this way for a shrine to... No, not Grape Coon. Oh, no, R.I.P. We need to clean it to a shrine for our... Femet Scoop!
Oh, shit. Don't say that, now he's really gonna die.
He's not gonna die.
The scraping sound you hear right now is not me trying to get the frosting off of my plate with the fork. It's the Moseby Hotel being scraped away. And also I'm getting all the last of the cake frosting off of my plate.
He's eating that delicious Moseby Hotel.
Oh, God, this
eating the last
Moseby
remnants.
Hotel's so tasty.
Why did we build it with gingerbread?
It's being scraped away and packed away until I'm not here again, and it's Lego and Manimal and you guys.
It's like a Lego set. We just box up the pieces. It's fine.
Yeah, it'll come out again before.
You say a Lego set.
Yeah. Here.
Speaking of Lego, he's not here. Sorry to misdirect. You would have known, any listener, a frequent listener would have known that Lego wasn't here because we're about 60 seconds in and he's not interrupted anyone, so it's safe to say Lego's not here.
Oh, hey, what show is this?
The Moseby Hotel. It's not the Shampoo Cast, it's none of that shit. It is the Manga Raiders Happy Hour, episode 110.
Congratulations if you made it this far clicking on that link and not knowing what the podcast was.
Good job, guys. Good job. I sounded harsh on Lego.
Something all right.
I love Lego. Lego, big, come back to us. He was here last week, but I wasn't here, but I'm back. My name is Simon, better known as Vacant from Manga Raiders and all everywhere. I'm omnipotent and omnipresent. To my virtual left, it is the Manimal.
I don't know where I was going with that, but I do know where I'm going here. It's a Manimal ready to jam me. I'm doing things like that.
And to his virtual left, it is the man who has the nicest toothbrush in the world. It's been established.
I do.
Urban Dictionary has told us this. It's Corin.
Hey, guys.
Hey. And finally, I can't think of anything. Thundercock, that was it. It's Nebons. I've just realised Nair didn't...
This is some new information. I'm not going to say it's wrong. That would be a dumb move.
Long story short is when you look up your name on Urban Dictionary, the only definition is Thundercock. One word.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Hi, everybody. I just then realised that you weren't privy to that conversation on the group, the message group. So that probably sounded weird from your perspective. It's
honestly,
okay.
Nah.
We all know this. We've been privy to this information. I'm Sheriff Big Balls. You're Cowboy Thundercock. I don't know.
Cowboy Thundercock.
What are the ranks?
We'd all be deputies.
Look,
Deputy.
Thundercock and Dolphin Hips would be a great 80s cop show.
Oh, shit. Hey, and you're gonna fight Dingle Dan and the Durgle Bandits.
Oh God. Anyway, we'll talk about that more off air. But I need to know, because I've been away for a while. How was your weeks, guys? What has happened in the 7 days that we call a week?
Nothing too exciting. Actually, this week was really unexciting when I think about it. I can't even think of one thing. If I was to do a restaurant review, I can't, because I didn't go to any restaurants this week.
That limits you.
Yeah, you can't really review a restaurant that you've not been.
Yeah.
Can you do a restaurant preview of the next one you're going to visit?
I want to go to the Jamaican place, so I'll give a preview to that place.
shout out to any Jamaicans. There is no Jamaicans listening to this, I'm pretty certain.
There could be.
If you are Jamaican and listen to this, please give us let us know, make us aware, and we'll love you.
What does the YouTube analytics tell us?
I don't know. I can't be asked to look.
Ladies and gentlemen.
There's a guy somewhere with like a mouthful of jerk chicken, just waiting to hear what Manimal has to say.
Yeah, he's waiting in suspense to hear my Jamaican review. Don't worry, fine Jamaican citizen. Soon enough, you'll know what I think of that jerk chicken.
Okay. Well, your week's been busy with watching and reading stuff, but obviously we'll get onto that because we've got a stacked episode about the full season.
Busy with that, but it's happened.
Don't break the illusion.
Sorry.
We've been working feverishly. Dude, that's all we've done.
Shit. Light's new album, Skin and Earth, is pretty good. You know, 2 Canadians and a Kiwi are making the best pop music in today's world, as has been proved. It's good stuff, you know. Light's, that's the one that she made the comic for as well. And, like, she's doing everything in the comic by herself and learning how to make comics while making a comic, and then making this awesome album to tie in with it. And it's good stuff. Good job,
Oh,
Light.
I remember you talking about that. An artist who made, like, a comic with it.
Again, nobody outside of Canada knows who Lights is, but she's a
Can't
national...
say I do.
Yeah.
She's a national treasure. Canada haven't got many, so they got to scrape the barrel.
Yeah, we got Carly Rae.
You got
And
Justin.
Now we have Lights.
It's okay. And Corin, what did you get up to over the week? I forgot the word week then.
I worked a shit ton. That's mostly it, to be honest. On Friday, I did go to Nair's wedding reception, which you will note took place, 4 months after the actual wedding.
Yeah. Good planning.
That was good. Got to see some people I haven't seen in a long time. A couple friends of ours who I thought were still living in New York are actually apparently living in St. Louis now, which is much closer.
Mm-hmm.
So they managed to make it. So it was good. Had some drinks. Didn't dance much, or at all, I'll say.
What was the main song of the night?
I mean, everyone gets up for the cha-cha slide.
Yeah.
Of course. And everyone's bopping to the bop bop.
Shit, I should have found a
I
way
was
to
gonna.
put that in the
You
list.
had
Oh!
you had the power to put the bop bop in.
Oh, it could have gotten you so much play here.
Everyone would be like, what is this? This doesn't fit in with the rest of the music.
I mean, he
Exposure.
described the original playlist to me, which was like a bunch of like pop punk bands and like some Miku, I think you said.
No. Hillary, who is my wife, wanted a whole bunch of Mika, who is a Eurobeat kind of guy.
I know Mika. Mika was quite big in the UK for a couple of years.
Yeah, and she also wanted a bunch of Panic at the Disco and Fall Out Boy.
A bunch of stuff that's not really appropriate for a wedding reception.
Well, then Plan B was we have Despacito on repeat for like 4 hours.
Oh, God, everyone dies.
Then my mother-in-law said, those are nice suggestions. I'll do it. And then we got wedding playlist.
Yeah, all the classics, the Macarena, the Cha-Cha Slide, all that
There's
shit.
a lot of Queen, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a crowd pleaser, no, and don't stop me now.
It was a fine playlist for, a general group of people assembled. Yeah, no, that was probably the biggest event of my week. Yesterday I did some stuff. Today I did some stuff. Not too much going on.
Fair enough, fair play. And obviously we'll get to what you've been watching and reading a little bit later. Nairbons, I have a feeling you attended a wedding reception of some sort.
Yes, I did, and most of my week was prepping for that. So that's about it.
Oh, man.
I did get an email saying, hey, we've accepted you for the first round of interviews for a cop job.
Yay!
So next Monday I'll be going in for that.
Detective Thundercock could be a reality.
Oh, it could be. It could be.
Oh, well, best of luck with that, dude. And congratulations as well on the successful party. Corin was trying to video it, over the time, but
I did what I could. I don't know if you saw. I sent a few videos of you candidly talking while drinking from a 2-liter of Mountain Dew.
Yes, I did bring my own 2-liter of Mountain Dew.
that threw me off.
There wasn't any at the party.
Because there was all just like wedding food and like cups and stuff, and then just boom, Mountain Dew. It was.
We got at the hall at like 9 o'clock in the morning when this thing started at 5:30, and about halfway through setup, someone goes, "Hey, I'm really hungry," and I go, "Oh yeah, I'm also really hungry." So we ran out to get pizza. At which point, I also got a 2-liter bottle of Mountain Dew. Shout-outs to the Pizza Hut employee who looked at me and just went, "Look, Mountain Dew here is about $2.79. It's maybe $1 if you just go across the street to the gas station. It's so much cheaper. Don't buy it here." And I was like, yeah, fair play, but I need it now, and I need it cold.
Yeah.
For my wedding.
I would have given him. I would have given the extra $1.79 just for the honesty.
He did walk up to us while we were like eating the wedding food and offer us Pizza Hut.
Was it like a formal ass meal or just
yes.
No. I guess what it really was they had a bunch of numbered tables and they were lottering them off to see who got to eat first. We're not getting picked.
Well, you had a lottery?
Yeah.
What the hell? So you did it intentionally?
Yeah, yes. It was like there was a little buffet line. There's a bunch of people.
Okay.
So rather than just having a giant line up around the whole place, it was just the one table at a time.
Okay. Form an orderly queue. That sounds like a very British thing rather than an American thing.
Well, I mean, everyone forms queues. It's just that you British people made a thing out of it.
Oh, we loved it. Don't you diss our queuing. Our queuing is second to none, my friend.
I just have to wonder if the British actually queue any more than anyone else does.
Oh, I'll queue. I'm queuing now. I'm queuing in front of this microphone. Check
Thank
me
you
out.
very much to everyone who told Matt what to write in his card. Appreciate it.
To be fair, I got actually one suggestion. The others were made up.
Yeah, mine was...
no one responded.
Hey, I was going to think of something, and then I was at work, and, it was busy.
So, when it says that Josh was too busy curing cancer, he wasn't actually blowing off the time to write. He was just not available for comment.
This is why after Josh's name, I put in parentheses, most likely.
Aha!
And after Lego's comment, probably.
Yeah, but no, that's also very, very likely.
It's why I said probably.
I do think it was funny. Matt, no one else will appreciate this but me and Matt. But the guy who was at your table, who had been dating another girl who was there for a while, got me the same card that she did. The only time we got duplicate cards was from the couple that had broken up.
Oh.
So, I don't know what that means.
I'm so glad to hear that.
Neither one of them will ever listen to this to find out that snippet of trivia.
Oh.
Yeah, I got a card with some wine glasses on it, because that's very appropriate.
That's classy. That sounds
shout-outs to my very favorite card that said, you two belong together, and on the inside it was... Happy anniversary, and they had scratched out anniversary and wrote in wedding because Craig didn't look too much at the card he had gotten.
It's always a Craig story.
It is always a Craig story. It's always Craig. I gotta say though,
Craig.
Wedding card manufacturers need to step up their game because there's no fucking variety.
No,
there's very little variety.
They're all covered in glitter, and they all say congratulations or have a stupid poem in them. Where's the funny wedding cards?
Apparently there aren't many, and that's why there was so much overlap.
There is a gap in the market that we can fill.
There was some overlap. You'd think,
Hallmark has a factory here in Kansas City. I might walk down there and have a word with them.
Make a complaint in the complaint box.
John Hallmark, I'm coming for you. You might be a person who exists.
I'm somewhat of a talented... I know talented writers. That's what you could start with.
In that order, yes.
Sorry, I was choking on water. Yeah.
Anyway,
so-
here's my mock-up for a Naruto-themed wedding card. Till death do us part, believe it.
Does it
You're
have a
my-
piece of bad fan art on the cover?
Yes,
Of like
you're my
Naruto and
One
Sakura
Piece.
kissing?
You're my One Piece. I like it. I'm trying to think of a fairy tale one. Wait. No.
It's gonna
Right.
end all too fast. Here's a fairy tale divorce card.
Unfortunately, you've been terminated. It's just a bleach card. It's- oh, well.
Maybe the light novel will explain things. Happy anniversary.
Okay, so you get a Death Note wedding card where it's like Light looking all lovingly and he's written the name in the Death Note.
Oh
can
no, what
write
if the
whoever's
Death Note
name it
was a
is.
birthday card and for your birthday you just got accidental murder?
You just got death for a birthday gift.
Oh, the
Wait,
card
no,
looks
because-
like a Death Note. It makes perfect sense.
I
So
could be a
whoever's
mark
name
for
you
them.
write inside is in the Death Note.
See, that would be the perfect trap. You make a fake greeting card and you go into the office and you're like, hey, make sure L signs this card. It's to Gary. It's Gary's birthday. And all the cops go like, all right, we're all going to sign this card. Even you, L. Next thing you know, everyone dies. And now it's Gary alone on the case trying to track down Kira. Anyways, this is my pitch for the Death Note Netflix sequel.
It could work. I mean, shit, it would be interesting. I'd be more willing to watch that at this point. We're not going into Death Note, no. That was good.
It's still going to be a disappointment. We know this.
Any of our ideas are disappointments now, so it's okay. That's what we can say at every beginning of this podcast. It's going to be a disappointment. But you guys are along for the ride, and we appreciate that. Speaking of being along for the ride, I'm here as well. In my absence, I did night shifts. I swapped. That's why I was unavailable, and that was weird, working at night and going to sleep in the day. I don't like it. Because I think I'm a night owl, but it turns out I'm not. You need to go to
Turns out
sleep.
you're a day human.
It turns
He's not
out I'm a
supposed to be awake
human.
during the night, like any of us.
Yeah, I wasn't a massive fan of it. But, conversely, it did give me a chance to watch, catch up on a lot of wrestling, watch some anime as well, so it's, silver lining to it. And it's more money as well, so that was good. I'm trying to stay high energy as well, because normally we like to drink on the happy hour, at least I do. I like to have a couple of bevs with the lads, but I'm staying away from drink because I've been to the pub a few times this week. I've been naughty, and I got embarrassingly drunk off embarrassingly small amount of beer on Thursday. So we went to the pub with my friend. I've not been for ages. It was an old haunt of ours who went. I had 6 pints, I think, and 1 shot. 5 pints of Stella, 1 of Guinness. I never drink Guinness, but I bought it solely so I could take a picture of it to send to you, which is dumb. But
Thank you.
And then I had to explain it to my friend of why I was buying it. I was like, I'm buying it because you don't drink Guinness. I was like, I know, but I want to send it to a guy who's in America. And then he just looked at me blankly. And then I was like, it's a guy I know in America. It's okay. So I was like, okay, sure.
I feel like you could have had a better explanation than that.
I was already pretty drunk. Like I say, 6 pints. Normally I'm okay. I was fucking trashed. And for some reason, I went into the bathroom, and in the bathrooms in pubs, they tend to have a little cleaning sheet. It's like a sheet of paper on the door, and it's for whoever's cleaned the toilets and when, they date and timestamp it and sign it with a pen. They left a pen there. So for some reason, I regressed into a 10-year-old and just drew a dick on it, because I found that highly hilarious, and then left it. And then because we were sitting by the door, we could hear people coming out going, there's a dick on there, there's a dick on there. And I felt so cool doing that. But, because we were being quite loud, we weren't being offensive or anything, but we were being quite loud, they told us to keep it down. I realised that my folly that I'd had too much beer at this point. So we went up to the bar. We asked them for 2 pints of water. And they said, I'm sorry, you've had too much to drink, we're not serving you. Right, okay. Well, we're kind of acknowledging our lack of sobriety by asking for water. You've had too much. We've had too much water? What's that mean? Where's the logic in this shit? It was so retarded. So I needed a piss anyway, because they were like, I think you should go. So I went. And then I became really childish, and I went into the bathrooms, and I don't know why I did this, but I collected every single toilet roll and every paper towel, put them in one toilet, pissed in all that, then put the bog brushes in there, pulled off posters, and then, do you know that toilet sign-in sheet? I'm going to be embarrassed to admit this, and I have no idea to this day why I did this. I wrote at Manga Happy Hour. I wrote our Twitter handle on it, and I don't know why. I have no idea why I did that.
What do you become when you're drunk?
I don't know.
Throwing chairs in ponds because normally chairs don't go there.
And let's take a step back. Did you say toilet sign-in sheet?
Yeah. Well, the cleaning sheet thing. It's basically what the cleaner wrote. Yeah. Whoever's cleaned it.
You're making it sound like there's some British thing that I don't know about. That you had to sign in to use the restroom.
Yeah, you had to sign in. You had to agree to the terms and service inside the restroom and etiquette. Don't stare at other people's penises and all that kind of stuff. Don't eat the urinal cakes. But yeah, I don't know what happened there. So we left. And then I had to go like food shopping straight after, and that's why I was like sending videos to you guys. I was just running around grabbing stuff just because I thought it was really funny. Annoying my girlfriend, I'd run off with the trolley, and I kept picking up Christmas stuff. It was a weird time. I realised that I've gotten really drunk off a small amount of beer. So when I went to the pub a couple of days ago, I just went and had one drink in the time that my friend had 4. I was like, I am done. I cannot keep up drinking. So this is me here admitting defeat on heavy drinking. I can't do it anymore. I'm 26. I'm throwing in the towel. I will only be a casual drinker from now on.
Yeah, that's what you're saying now.
Yeah. I am only going to be a casual drinker till next week, and then we'll see how it goes. But other than that, that's all the excursions that I've been doing. I did, in fact, that kind of goes into what we were watching. Well, not really. I was going to say it's going into what we've been watching. We haven't, but my week has just been occupied by the main entertainment was the new Idubbbz content cop. I don't know, do you guys care? Do you guys follow it?
Yeah, it was
That was
amusing.
the first content cop I've ever seen, and
Yeah.
I like Idubbbz now.
I love Idubbbz.
I still think his
it's so
Leafy
good.
content cop was his best one, probably. Or no, the one with the blonde girl is the best one, actually.
Tanamong Manju.
Yeah,
I
that
really
was the best one.
I
But
really enjoyed
the one thing that I don't like about all this is how freaking sheepish all the people who are subscribed to Rice Gum are to unsubscribe to him because of a video like this. Like, what the fuck? Why are you subscribed to him to begin with?
Yeah.
Freaking
I don't
Fable
think-
Minds.
I think the problem was with the Leafy one, a lot of Leafy's fans went over to Idubbbz, so a lot of Idubbbz's fan base is Leafy fans. So it's those,
Maybe.
or they came from that, so they were just on, oh, this guy's a savage, he's roasting people, he's blah, blah. So, like, all these people are saying, Rice Gum's career's gonna end. That ain't, because that's not what he set out to do, and you can't do that. You won't
I just
end
find it
someone's
silly
career.
how these unsubscribings happen. It's like, why are you subscribed to begin with? You're going to let something like that influence things? It's silly to me.
I mean,
I would
maybe...
guess that maybe a lot of the stuff that Idubbbz was pointing out happened on like a stream or some live thing that people wouldn't see if they were just on the YouTube channel.
I guess that's a factor, yeah.
I did
Best
watch...
guess I have.
I did see a couple of comments where people were like, I subscribe because of his diss tracks. Well, no, that's the main point of this. This is what I really I hate so much, is this thing that he says he invented. Oh, I made diss tracks.
Yeah,
Rice Gum's trying to claim that he made diss
before
tracks.
No Vaseline, definitely.
He popularized the shitty, cringy YouTube diss tracks, you know, the everyday bro and
But he gets better
all
every time,
that
right?
shit. Oh. I mean, actually, I'll take that back. I'll retract what I said about everyday bro, because Nick Crompton is, you know, he's my boy.
Bet
He's a
gave us
legend.
something of wonder, at least.
But you can't. I made diss tracks. Oh yeah, no, yeah. I guess the last 40, 50 years of hip hop didn't happen, I suppose.
Huh. But I don't know. I mean, it's always fun to see these sagas unfold. In a way, it's a fun conflict.
It's
I
quite
know.
amusing to use. I did see Keemstar. That's how we saw Keemstar getting involved again. I don't know.
Of course you would.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, I don't.
The track Idubbbz had was amusing as well.
It was funny.
I found a lot of my friends really like that track, and now they're quoting it all the time. I'm like, well, it wasn't that good.
This is the thing. That's what was really funny. People were like, yo, he's got no bars. It's like, because it was a dumb meme. It was like the Leafy one. The no chin thing was a stupid meme parried in what Leafy did. Leafy would make fun of someone's physical appearance. He did the same. With what's his face, with Rice Gum, he did a stupid diss track because that's what Rice Gum would do in that situation. He parodied him. Although I do like that Boyna Band's got more attention now, so that's good.
I will
I do
say,
think,
I
like-
don't think it would have been effective if it wasn't coming at the end of like a half-hour long video
Exactly.
building up to the diss track.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
thing. The diss track was the stupid meme at the end, like, you know. that you
It's
had.
not as good as on its own. I mean, when
No.
freaking Mr. Pie appears in there, you know.
That was pretty. See, I'm not a massive fan of PewDiePie, but when he appeared, I was like, "Oh shit, that's PewDiePie!"
Yeah. You can instantly when H3 is in that video too.
Oh, I love it. That was really good. But yeah, they were all enjoyable, really enjoyable to follow.
Yeah. Naturally, Rice Gum got the wrong idea with his response, but probably not the wrong idea because that's what would get him the most attention anyway.
He's smart. I mean, he's an idiot, but he knows how to hype shit. He knows how to promote stuff. And people are like, "He's making 6 videos." Of course he's going to. He's
So
making
actually, yeah,
money
now that I
from
think
them
about
all.
it, logically, the best thing to do is respond, as that would get him more attention and views. Yeah.
Yeah, he wants money. Like, you know, that seems to be his drive. I mean, I don't know the guy, but from all accounts, that seems to be what drives him is money.
I mean, I knew who he was before, and I never watched any of his videos. Never wanted
I saw
to.
a couple, and they were all, oh shit. I saw a couple of his disses, his diss tracks. Whoa, we're spitting some fire there, isn't he? You're
Oh, yeah.
gay. Whoa, calm down, Rice Gum. You fucking dropping bangers there.
Yeah, that was a hardcore line. Oh, you're a little gay when Idubbbz jokes about that.
Yeah, his
See,
little whole thing is
I
being gay.
hadn't known who Idubbbz was. I'd seen the name floating around in different YouTube people that I follow, but I didn't know he was the one in that one Vine in the giant green jumpsuit,
Oh, yeah.
jumping off of the counter and going, "I'm gay."
I'm gay.
Yeah.
Oh, God. It was good. More
Idubbbz is
Idubbbz.
fun. I think that his older videos, like his older stuff, because he's gotten more like became more of a depressed character as things
Yeah.
have gone on. So I liked his other stuff better.
The Kickstarter crap stuff.
Yeah, like that old stuff is, and
Yeah.
even the unboxing too. But his
Yeah,
content
bad
stuff is
unboxing's
good.
pretty good. Anybody who, so for example, now you'd be perfect if you want to check out more. Check out his Kickstarter crap stuff, and as well as the content cops. They're really good.
It's
I
funny when
really
you
enjoyed
watch his
Kickstarter.
first videos because he's serious and like happy. He's actually happy in those videos.
Yeah,
Yeah. See, I've been watching a lot more YouTube stuff, like in the opposite window when I have different application stuff up. So I've definitely been burning through content at a faster pace recently.
yeah. Also, I know I'm probably really late to this, but I also discovered Jontron this week.
Wow, that only took
He's
you
pretty
decades.
good.
Yeah.
I think Jontron is the best when he was on Grumps. That's when he had all his best jokes and everything.
Man, I miss that pair because I don't think
Oh, yeah.
Aaron works with Dan.
Well, the Dan
nearly
stuff
as
was
well.
good. The Dan stuff was good in the first year, but I don't like them anymore. But with John, like that stuff's incredible. Like honestly, like almost all those Let's Plays are fantastic.
Well, out of nowhere, he dropped a 10-minute video about, do you know them infomercials? And it was like flex tape. And it's really funny. And I was like, this guy's good.
That's another one that my friends keep talking about that I haven't watched yet.
I do love that
I
flex
haven't
tape.
liked Jontron's videos recently, but I guess he's changed now.
Yeah, I think he had a massive break because I went to check out more of his videos, and it was like this one that he dropped a week ago, one from a month ago, and then it's like 8 months or something. There's a huge gap in between. So
Yeah, because he had like
Yeah.
a studio when he had like his whole set and everything. Those weren't good videos, but I think he realized that.
yeah, I got respect for content creators who change. grow or respond to
I
feedback.
like Jontron's general delivery, though. Again, especially in
I
girls.
think that's what it is. It's that because he's almost laughing when he's saying stuff.
Yeah, and I am quicker to not forgive, but at least cut Jontron some slack for stupid things said and that weird
did you just
debate
call him
with Destiny.
Yeah,
Did you just call him Johnson?
I've already forgotten about that,
Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had some controversy, didn't he? But yeah,
So that's
sorry
why
for
there
totally
was a
derailing
bunch of
this.
people whining when A Hat in Time came out and Jontron's lines had not been removed, like Ukulele.
Huh.
But A Hat in Time is a very, very good game, and Ukulele was... All right, there's a joke, because it's Statler and Waldorf from The Muppet Show. One of them goes, "Hey, you hear about Ukulele? Yeah, that's what we'd call a medium well game. Why do you say that? Well, because it's certainly not rare, and it's not well done."
I get it. The rare part. I get it. It all works. I like it. I like that. I did want to play ukulele, but now, no.
I had not backed it. Or, I don't know. It's weird, because Kickstarters, they have the actual people wanting to do spiritual successor games to old ones, but Mighty Number 9 flopped. But
Yeah.
Shovel Knight was great. And Ukulele was, whatever. But A Hat in Time is great.
Do you want to talk about a great upcoming game?
Hmm?
So they're making a new NES game,
Oh God.
but it's not just for any occasion.
Okay, we're rolling into the news.
What?
Okay, here we go into the news. They're making an NES game for the second best country in the world. So for Finland's 100th anniversary, they're making a special edition NES game, like a literal game where you get to play through multiple, like 3 different bits of history, including shooting Russians.
But why is my question?
So that you have an
Why?
ending to that, because they were jerks when they invaded. So you
No,
get to-
not why. Why they shot Russians? Why this game is
Because
invented?
they're celebrating the 100th anniversary of Finland's independence with an NES game where you can shoot Russians with the NES zapper.
Finnish
Because
people shooting
goddamn,
Russians is more logical than this
Finnish
game.
people love to shoot Russians.
Well, they only killed 1 million of them, but
No, not many then. Oh,
Look, shooting Russians is the least confusing part of this
yeah.
announcement.
I can kind of assume it has something to do with the World Wars, with the Russian part, but the NES game, why?
yeah. But yeah, wait, what
Who's
else do they
backing
have?
this?
They have a shoot 'em up and something about seals and stuff like that. Like, this is incredible. It's 3 mini games. It's like, I mean, there's no saunas or anything, but this is amazing.
Who's making this?
I don't know, but it's a real NES cartridge.
Why are they doing it on NES? There's so many questions. Can we get in touch with these people?
Maybe they can come on the show. I really want to get a copy of this for fun, but it's like freaking like 60 something. Well, I don't know. That's euros probably, but
Oh my god, it is actually. I just seen the box art for it.
yeah.
Perkele or something. Could you pronounce that correctly?
You think I know how to pronounce it correctly?
I don't know. You're the one who sucks Finland off. I thought you might know.
Yeah, of course I do.
You're the local Finland otaku.
Yeah, you're a Fin taco. You're a little Fin taco.
You sure? But
yeah.
this is just incredible. Like, I mean, like, what other country could they possibly bring back the NES for? Only
That's just
Suomi.
so random. So if you
North
are one
Korea
of the 10
is pleased
people,
to announce they have just bought an NES
Yeah.
and are developing a new game for it.
Yeah.
Finland Plus, it's going to be good. Except they're shooting South Koreans instead of Russians.
Or Americans.
Or anyone.
It's shipping on an actual NES console.
I think it is.
That's
Yeah.
what this website says.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It makes me wonder.
genuinely.
Are they also going to get a supply of NESs for people to buy the damn thing?
I'm sure there's at least.
Go get an NES and
You
Yeah,
say
but
that as if it's easy to get an NES.
It's
Like
a
a
lot
couple
harder than
weeks
it
ago-
used to be.
A couple weeks ago, there was that announcement that Capcom is making a new Super Nintendo cartridge line for Street Fighter II's anniversary. But, oh, by the way, it might set on fire because they're not using the best of materials and those consoles are old. So the last thing I want to see is like, Finland's prime minister burning to death because of a faulty NES cartridge.
He just wanted to shoot those Russians and then...
All he wanted to do was shoot Russians.
Is that why Mr. Moseby's hotel...
Japan.
Yeah.
Is that why Mr. Moseby's hotel burnt down?
Yeah, because
he playing...
tried to get this NES and it just didn't work.
They were just trying to celebrate Finland.
Yeah. Yeah. I like when you translate the site, it says accessory support, very pistol. It's like, wow, thank you.
And does that mean you gotta use the light gun for some levels?
Yeah, you gotta use the light gun to shoot the spuds.
Oh,
Nice.
God.
This is a masterpiece in the making. I love that there's a brawler so you can have freaking drunk fights.
Is it literally just Finnish people fighting?
Yeah, and obviously they'd be drunk.
Yeah.
That's their natural state, besides being depressed.
I'm starting to consider that every country's stereotype is that they're always drunk. From somewhere.
Actually, when you think, like, what country...
I think everyone just likes to drink, and we just need to get on board with that.
I think Europe has a problem.
Yeah.
Well, no, because you look at America and you go, Americans.
I'll say the drunk American is definitely a stereotype.
Have you ever heard... there's no stereotype for, like, drunk Chinese and Indians, for instance.
Yeah, there is. Yes,
Yeah.
there is.
Is there?
Yeah. Yeah, there's some drunk Chinese people who go, like, the casinos a lot. That's quite a stereotype.
Yeah, that's the other Indians, though.
Chinese.
Oh, no.
Chinese, not other Indians.
No.
I said Chinese, not Indians.
There's the improper term and the proper term, and I was referring to the proper term, mister.
I'm aware.
How's the new season, everybody?
No, I'm aware that you're on about Native Americans. I'm on about Chinese people. Oh, never mind.
Talk about the actual ones, you dink.
No. Never mind. Moving on. Okay. Bit of news this week. Speaking of drama, controversy, and all that kind of bullshit. Caitlin Glass. This happened just last night. For those who aren't familiar, she's a voice actor. She's done a few things. She was like Winry in Full Metal Alchemist. The pink girl in My Hero Academia, whatever, Ashido, I think her name is.
On that I was at.
Was she?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she's caused a bit of a stir on Twitter, talking about, you guessed it, it's piracy, because that topic hasn't been spoken about just enough. Basically, have you guys seen anything about this? Any of the responses or the fallout from this?
I just want to note.
Yeah.
I want to note that she signed one of my mixtapes.
Did she?
Yeah, because whenever there was people at the con, I got them to sign my mixtape, like my anime mixtape.
Mixtape.
So she and Jad, how do you say her last name? Saxton or something like that.
Jad Saxton, yeah.
Yeah, they signed my tape.
Fair enough. So, the happy hour endorsed Caitlin Glass. I don't want to go into it because
I'm not endorsing. I'm just saying that
I know. I'm joking. Because there's hundreds of responses to this, but in a nutshell, she was talking about how piracy is bad, and people are trying to argue with her. She works in the industry. She knows full well that it is. People are trying to justify piracy. And the interesting comment that she said was, if you can't get it, and it's not been licensed, and you can't buy the imports, you either wait, or you don't get anime. Anime is not a right. You have not got a right to see a show just because it's been released in Japan. Which I thought was interesting. That's a very interesting take on it. She's correct.
Right. I'm not saying she's wrong.
No. I think you'll probably mirror my thoughts in this, is that I don't think anyone's justifying piracy. I can't justify piracy. I know it is wrong. I know it's bad. And in an ideal world, if I could pay for a product, I will.
Let's be honest. A lot of people justify piracy.
Okay. Well, personally, I won't.
We personally do not.
You can't justify piracy. It's,
I think something with piracy is so normalized now that nobody thinks about anything like this anyway. That's like an old-fashioned
thing.
Especially for anime.
Well, yeah, because you'd be like, how else am I going to watch these shows? Like,
Exactly.
What's not on Crunchyroll and stuff?
This is the thing.
How
like,
else would I watch it, you know?
I've never come across, is this a thought of, like, obviously this is just her opinion, but this is someone who has worked centrally in the industry, especially the industry of it coming overseas, here in the West.
Yeah.
Because she's been ADR director for I think she's ADR director for Love Live Sunshine, in fact, according to Wikipedia, but...
Which should never be dubbed, by the way, but okay.
Oh, did that strike a nerve?
Well, you shouldn't freaking dub an idol show because then you're not even going to change the songs.
Yeah, it's a bit...
It is weird, that.
I've seen some clips of the old Love Live show in English, and it's just kind of wrong.
It is a bit strange, that, thinking about it. Even K-On was like that, and that was a bit weird.
K-On, like, you shouldn't dub music shows because it just won't work. At least in Haruhi, like, her voice actress in English sang, like, God knows, in English.
It's because Wendy Lee's a legend. She actually had the balls to do it.
Yes, she actually, and it was good. Okay, you know?
Yeah,
it was fine.
She was good. Yeah, this was an interesting, like I say, it's not a right. You don't have a right to it. And it's like, I don't think anyone says they've got a right to it. Like, I don't think I have a right. But if I want to watch something,
I'm going to watch it.
If I can't find it by yeah, exactly. I think this was weird. I'm like, is she naive to think this? Because that's not the way the world works, really, is it? In an ideal world.
And especially, like,
again,
HBO has come out and said many times on the down low that Game of Thrones is the most pirated show in the world. They're not getting all of their money from HBO subscriptions. A lot of it is from merchandising and marketing and DVD sales, and acknowledging that in many times having the largest pirated show in the world is one of the best things that could have possibly happened to them, getting that exposure and becoming part of the culture. And
yeah, that's true.
Anime, it's an uphill battle because there are 1,000 different subgroups doing their own thing, offering sometimes a better product faster and without any of the, outrageous costs for the Blu-ray. And I don't know how much Funimation or any of the local stuff is getting paid for, like, merchandising, because I imagine there's some sort of a deal where, the original companies are getting some of that cash. So it's...
Yeah, but you look on Crunchyroll, for example. Look on Crunchyroll's store. Their store's stacked. Like, that's a pretty diverse store that they've got. They've got loads of the ads. Premium's $5 a month. I pay that. I pay Funimation as well, so I pay Netflix. I pay Amazon. Like, so any anime service I can pretty much pay for. I do. I buy
Mr.
DVDs.
Moneybags.
I buy manga. Well, this is the point I'm making. If I can buy for I think we mentioned this a few weeks ago. It's always a supply issue. It's never a service. Sometimes a service issue.
If you're a college student with ridiculous tuition,
you watch it for free, and if you can't afford it, this is the thing. I mean, I would say if you can pay, pay. If you can't, then people are going to go find it for free.
When Steam first came out, the thought was people are pirating stuff over the internet because it's the only way you can get things over the internet. When Steam first showed up, and yes, it was a paid service, but it was as convenient with a paywall, people were willing to put up with that. You have to realize that piracy is your competition and find a way to work around that, whether it's ads or, Crunchyroll just paywall and simulcasting. You got to find a way to deal with it.
I mean, PC games are a bit different because it's more of a process to download them and everything, but it still relates, yes.
Look at, iTunes, Spotify. Can't say that hasn't had a marked impact on piracy in music.
Well, definitely Spotify is good, because it's a great service. I mean, it doesn't really give that much to an artist, but it's still, people use it. That's basically
exactly.
It. Wow, I don't have to download all my shit anymore, and I get these high enough quality tracks all here. That's cool.
You make it easy for people, and they'll take the path of least resistance.
And
build it, and they will come.
Get all the J-pop I want, so I got to get it somehow.
I mean, it is. People are lazy. If everyone in Japan, who makes any sort of media that's consumed anywhere else, and make the easiest way to get it to people, people will take it that way.
Exactly.
It's just that piracy is the easiest way a lot of people get it.
Yeah, because I can type in, Go Anime, Kiss Anime, all that shit. I can type in one of them and get on one of those sites. I don't support piracy, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I know the ins and outs of the industry. I'm not saying, it should be easy, because there's all licensing agreements, brands, companies, all that shit. I'm not saying I'm an expert in it. I have no clue how that shit works, but surely, with music and Spotify, they got on board, Netflix, all these things are surely helping. Anime seems to be behind the times, because when you look at the catalogue, especially the summer season, and even the fall season now, there's so many shows that I have to go multiple places to find.
Even Umaru, too, isn't on Crunchyroll for some reason.
Yeah.
The first season.
Yashiki isn't either.
Yeah.
Fucking sisters all you need is, but Yashiki isn't. Yeah. So.
It doesn't make any sense.
We'll get into
that. I can
that.
watch all of Dragon Ball Z Super in Japanese, but they don't have the English version for some goddamn reason.
And they don't have it on Funimation either.
The partnership, they want you to buy those English DVDs or get Funimation.
Or because it's coming out on Adult Swim, which you can watch, I don't know, later. I don't have cable.
Yeah. I can't.
You have to buy cable. That's the problem with a lot of these services. You can watch your shows if you have a cable subscription.
But that's the other. I don't mind. I'll pay for a product if I can get it. I pay for my I have what's called Now TV just so I can get Game of Thrones. I pay for cable to watch Walking Dead and Game of Thrones. That's it. That's all I have, and I'll pay for it. I'm happy to pay for it.
Yeah, but how much are you paying just for that?
With my internet, my internet and TV are £80 a month. I have to pay an extra £33 for Sky Sports because I watch wrestling and football on there as well. Are you
paying the $9.99 a month for the WWE network?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Because how much money you'd be saving, though.
Well, this is the thing. If I wanted to go totally piracy and totally just illegal streams and stuff, because it's easy to get wrestling streams, it's easy to get football streams. You go on Reddit, you've got them. They're right there. If I wanted to cut all my cable and all my paid subscription services, because like I say, I have Crunchyroll, Netflix, Funimation, Amazon, Now TV, I'm probably paying around £150 for TV and internet. Easily.
Well, see, that's just it. You can cut it down, and then, like if I cut things down, then I can go on my grand journey to Finland.
But
then I can go to Volgograd.
I'm happy to pay these things. We all
know crime doesn't pay, but we can save money by stealing things.
But yeah, that really caught me off guard that it's not a right, guys. And then you saw all the nerds white knighting for her, and it's like, come on, guys, yeah, well said. I really liked you in Full Metal Alchemist.
It's a complex issue, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm like,
naturally, industry people and normal people are always going to have clashing views on things like this. Especially, oh God, I just had that weird moment where I coughed and it was a thing. Especially when, especially in the music industry, you'll see a lot of people like Gene Simmons who always talk about, piracy, you millennials killed this music and rock and roll. Because
remember when Metallica was cool and with the youth and all about rebellion and not suing everyone who tried to download the music?
Well, that was just Lars, but still, it's that exact same kind of situation where these people are up to date with the new generations, and also because they're in the industry, naturally they're going to view this differently because they're like, hey, give me back my money! I
was going to say, you're taking, theoretically, if you're in the industry, you want it to survive, and you see piracy as a threat. But it's not black and white, because yes, piracy is wrong, but also you have to look at the reasons why people pirate these shows. Like, I'm not watching, My Hero Academia for free. I'm watching it on Funimation because I can get it. It's available. Mm-hmm. But, so you have to look at these reasons, and they can't just say, it's not our problem. If you can't have it, tough.
The problem is piracy is a symptom, really. It's not like the disease that people look at it as, I guess, in the industry.
You're very good with words, Corin. We should leave you in there to do these things, because I'm not good with words. I'm a writer who's not good with words.
Today's word of the day, symptom. I bet you've never heard it.
Have you heard these big words?
For a second, you just turned into like the little British orphan we all know in our hearts that you are. Please, sir, I'm not good with words.
I am when I'm awake, but it's day 4 of long shifts and my brain's gone. That's my excuse. I'm sticking with it. But yeah, I thought that was an interesting thing because it really struck a chord with me, that kind of viewpoint. And it's an obvious view, but I don't know, it was weird just hearing someone in the industry say it.
Yeah, and again, with things like this, it's someone's viewpoint. I don't think it always has to be a thing. Whenever someone says something on freaking Twitter or whatever that really bothers me, that it's always a thing, Twitter's
a big thing now, that's
like,
it.
Why not? Oh, it's like, okay, that's what she thinks, all right. It's not what I think. Yeah.
Yeah. People don't work that way.
Clearly.
But, we onto some sad news now, unfortunately. Something touched our hearts a few months ago. It was a otaku penguin, Grape-kun, who fell in love with the Kimono Friends character. He's sadly passed away at 20 years old of natural causes. He's gone to be with his friends up in Kimono heaven. Nary touched by the story, because I know you have a soft spot for penguin person.
Yeah, rest in peace, Grape.
I feel sad.
I know Vio was crying. Drank himself to sleep that night.
I felt genuinely sad when I saw the story. I don't know why.
There has been some terrific fan art coming out paying homage to this penguin, and I think people are genuinely touched.
That's
yeah,
well,
otaku penguin.
It's kind of beautiful,
It is literally the nicest piece of news that's happened this year. Of course,
nicest bit of news. Oh yeah, sorry. You meant the original part, not him dying. I was going to say,
yes,
Corin.
No, I don't feel the penguin dying, but like the story as a whole has probably been like the most
lighthearted,
lighthearted, wholesome, good for the whole family. No one cries. Well, until he dies.
No one cries until he dies. Oh, poor little Grape-kun.
Yeah.
I want to sing the Harambe song for him, but we won't.
No, you won't.
No. Harambe's a dead meme. Move over, Harambe. Grape-kun's taking your place.
Hey, are you done with news, by the way?
There was something else I was going to... Yeah, fuck it. I'll save that for another week.
Okay. Speaking of penguins... Frickin' Pangu reached number 3 on my anime list.
Yeah. Did it?
Everyone's giving it a 10. It's at number 30 or something now. But
okay. Was it?
Frickin' Pangu in the City. It's just like classic Pangu, which... Did Pangu air on... Well, Corin, I know you didn't watch TV, but like, did Pangu air on television?
I watched television.
I think it was on cable. I just remember one of my cousins.
Oh shit! It was internet that you didn't have before.
Yeah, it was internet.
Yes, I got confused for a second.
Although, speaking of fucking weird, obscure shit popping up, I kind of going back to my week a little bit. I went grocery shopping yesterday, and I looked down at the ground, like in front of like the apples, and it was some fucking like those like big stickers they put on the ground on like the tile at like grocery stores. It was a couple characters from Lazy Town of all things, and like eat your vegetables.
Oh, you went to the hen house that hasn't been renovated since like 2005?
Yes.
Yeah, I know those same things right in front of the pears.
Yeah. So I never noticed those before. I've been there, a couple times to buy my apples there, but I've never noticed them. They're just Lazy Town stickers.
Oh, God. I mean, now it's a meme, but maybe that was before the meme.
Yes, it was.
I was going to say, I only know of Lazy Town because of the We Are Number One and all that shit. And Little John.
Okay, that reminds me again. Was Pangu on TV? Did you guys ever see Pangu on TV?
Yes, it was on kids' TV all the time.
My cousin used to complain about that dumb show with the Newt.
Newt.
So, yes.
Yeah, it's currently, holy shit, it's number 23 on anime list right now. I gave it a 10, even though I haven't watched it, but it's still classic Pangu, but it's an anime.
I mostly remember someone recreated the thing using Pangu claymation. So if you have the free time, go watch that.
Wait,
Pangu
I did see that.
Flamethrower to kill the thing.
Because that's all I remember as Pangu as claymation. So this anime, is it actually like animated or is it claymation?
No, it's the same classic Pangu.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Ah, weird. Maybe I'll check it out. Pingu and
So
Sea.
that brings us to this season. Oh.
It does. We're gonna
Segue.
if you've made it this far, congratulations. Here comes the anime. So, we've all watched very different things. Before we get into the full season, shall we quickly say anything that's not full season related? So anything that you've wrapped up, or...
I haven't been able to sleep too well this week, so I've been binging manga at night. I read all of that Elf Can't Stay on a Diet, and that's...
God!
That was also teamed up with Delicious in Dungeon as a subgenre I'm going to call lifestyle fantasy.
Lifestyle fantasy.
Because the elf one was like, here's ways you can lose weight. It's about a fantasy protagonist lady who finds her way into the real world and doesn't get as much diet and exercise while eating lots of potatoes. So she needs to find a way to lose weight. And it's actually really well done and cute.
Oh, okay.
Delicious in Dungeon is about a group who get basically clobbered by a dragon, and the main character's sister gets eaten. So they dive back into the dungeon after getting healed up, and they have no money, so they only team up with this dwarf who's like, you can just save money by eating monsters. And like every chapter is a different recipe from monsters they find.
Interesting.
It's also like 100 chapters long.
Jesus Christ.
It's getting deep in lore, but they're still just eating stuff and meeting up with new other adventurers who are all really weirded out by their like eating, whatever they find.
When you said lifestyle, I get the elf one because there's some practical applications to the exercises and stuff that you might be doing, the dietary advice. Delicious in Dungeon, not so much because we don't have a ready supply of monsters.
Monsters.
Are any of the monsters like translatable?
Yeah, like there's krakens. The living armor they find out is like a kind of mollusk.
I see.
And like the armor is just the shell of these things that, goop together and work in the colonies.
Yeah, you can do that. I got to see like what is that one that's like a bowl, but it's not a bowl. It freezes people. Gorgon.
Haven't seen one of those yet. There have been mimics, are like these crabs that settle inside of chests.
Okay.
Giant
battle.
Sea serpents. There was a whole thing with they finally killed the dragon. Let's eat dragon steak. The man-eater plants, mandrakes. It's just it got me inspired to do more cooking.
I think mandrake. You could just buy a mandrake. I don't know how you buy a mandrake.
Well, the screaming kind.
Well, yeah, but like.
Also, cockatrice is one of the things, the chicken with the tail that's a snake, or actually, the snake is the head and the chicken is the tail. Or at one point, one of the guys has these giant dirt golems that he's just using to grow vegetables. Because they naturally ward off predators, and by killing other things, they absorb nutrients.
Hooray.
That's... I love that idea. That's so
rows
dumb.
of radishes growing down its back. It's really good. I think there's going to be an anime soon, once they work through some more plot. And in addition to that, I'm also like 100 chapters into One Piece, further than I was before. So I'm at like 120 or something.
Cool.
Oh man, you've been busy then.
Yeah,
that's
all
no
the actual
mean feat.
anime this season I watched earlier today on the treadmill.
Fair enough, so it's all current stuff. And Corin, anything you wrapped up or anything?
I wrapped up The Reflection. Apparently had 13 episodes.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I was a little sad too. But, God, it ended so well.
Okay.
Like, as a whole, The Reflection, like, had a very smooth ramp-up, right?
Yeah.
But it was definitely steep enough that by the time you were, like, really invested in all the characters, and it was really cool, and there was some cool reveals, and some cool shit happened, like, a bunch of superpowered people get, like, teleported out to the desert for a ritual thing, and then there's this giant superpower battle, and the army's there, and helicopters getting swatted out of the sky, and they create a giant darkness pyramid and summon a darkness demon.
Okay.
It's really good.
Was it wrapped up completely, or is there room for like a second season?
There's definitely room for a second season, because they took out the big bad of the first season, but like a bunch of dudes escaped.
Yeah,
And,
so there's
like,
loose ends.
It's like any sort of, not just anime, but comic books in general. There's always a way out.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Real quick, I think we went over it earlier, but I also read all of My Hero Academia,
Yeah.
which is very, very good. And
Oh no,
like
we went
I
off
said-
it. We went over it off air.
Mm-hmm.
I remember. Speaking of academia, that's what I wrapped up as well this week. The final episode of season 2 came out on Funimation because I've been watching it in the dub. And surprise, surprise, there's a season 3 coming. Who could have guessed?
I'm glad they're doing it season by season and not just constant drip.
Yes, I like. I enjoy how they're doing it now. We said this with Attack on Titan as well. I'm happy with 12 episodes a year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, My Hero Academia can stretch 25. It's shonen, so you can stretch things out. But I am totally happy with that. I'd rather have that, than half a year of content, half a year of filler.
Okay, just out of curiosity, for reference, where does season 2 end?
Spoilers for My Hero Academia. It ends just after the end of the first year when they're doing that against the teachers, the students against teachers.
Okay.
And then they have a trip to the mall where he meets Hand Guy, whatever his name is, the dude with all the hands on his face. Yeah.
I don't know.
Shira,
So
that guy.
Have they fought the hero killer yet?
Yes.
Okay. So Stain is out of the way.
Yeah, Stain's
I would
done.
love to see how he's animated.
It's okay. In the show, it was my least favorite part, but it's because the tournament they did was surprisingly good.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen enough shonen tournaments. I get shonen tournaments, but this one was. I really enjoyed this one. I really liked it. They did everything right. There was enough variety, and it's a really good arc. Then they went to the hero killer, and I was like, it's okay, but then it ramped up again. So yeah.
I know that people shit on Mineta a lot, maybe justifiably so, but I love every character in that comic show, whatever.
I think this is one of them rare cases where the dub makes him better because he has a lisp, a very clear lisp, and it's so funny when he's in. I mean, I'm not laughing at the lisp, but I'm laughing at because they make him intentionally bad, and he's like, "I just want to grab them boobies," as he's running away from danger.
Because the moment where Bakugo wins the tournament, but they have to strap him down and muzzle him on the winner's podium.
That's really good.
He's still pissed about it. It's great.
Oh, yeah. Goddamn Bakugo. Oh. Maybe you could tell me, but I have an axe to grind with Bakugo because some people put him on a pedestal as a Vegeta-level character, amazing rival character. But to me, he's cool. I like his design. I like his power. I like that he's, this irritable little shit who wants to fight everyone, but I don't think he's a good character. Because there is no character. It's just he's really angry and doesn't like people.
He gets there.
Thank you. This is all I needed to know.
There's a couple scenes where you will probably turn around on him.
I just
they
want...
don't have one specific Vegeta or Sasuke. They have Bakugo, and they also have Ice Fire Guy.
Todoroki. This is the thing with it. Because they introduced Todoroki as like a rival as well, but then you went through his backstory, and I was like, "Holy shit! Yeah, this is good. I like it." Like know,
Bakugo is angry, but he's angry on your side. He's a piece of shit, but he's our piece of shit.
Yeah,
and you're gonna see that coming out more.
I just wanted to know.
So he's like Cell Saga Vegeta.
Yes.
Like I wanted to know if he had. Just there's more development with him and his character and his backstory.
Very much so.
A little bit more than what there is. That's good. That's what I want to hear. That's great. I won't ask anymore. I'll save it until I read it because I probably won't be able to hold off until next year. Manimals or anything from the summer season or anything you want to get into before we head into the fall?
Oh no, I'm done all that shit already.
Okay. Cool.
I only watched.
He's miles ahead of us.
Let's get into the fall season then. Manimal, you've been very patient and polite. What have you watched? Obviously, you covered it last week, but, you know.
Yeah, there's a few things. So episode 2 of Love Live Sunshine was significantly better than the first episode. They got it back on the track that it should be, which is just the characters having fun and getting to know them a little bit more. So the first episode was like, oh great, we're going back to the drama, and this episode was like, maybe we won't, and it was like, okay, good. It was a fine episode, except that Yoshiko doesn't like metal. What's wrong with her? She's not a true goth. I was
going to say, is that the goth girl?
Yeah, well, she's not really. Well, I mean, yeah, she does.
She's token goth girl.
Well, the Juuni character, but she's honestly the best Juuni character I've ever seen in any anime. If I'm being totally honest, good development of her character. Also, Umaru, season 2, the second season that we don't need. We absolutely do not need this shit. But why do I like it? Like, it's one of those shows where it's stupid. It's the stupidest shit. It pisses me off. Like, you look at Umaru, like the ultimate just little shit that you want to punch in the face, but also you like for some reason. Even though everything Umaru does in Little Hamster mode, like, she's a piece of shit. You know, like, her brother leaves, so she's like, haha, I'm just gonna freaking stay up till 5 and drink pop and do all this shit. You're like, oh my god. Like, it's so hard to describe the exact feeling that Umaru gives me. Because it's very complex.
Likeable but annoying. That's Haruhi Suzumiya.
No, because that's simplifying it too much.
Look, he is experiencing a human emotion deeper than we can understand with mere words.
Mario is like the stupidest thing, but like the OP is like, it knows how stupid it is. Like, it just breaks into like jazz in the verse and then it goes back to its stupid pop. Like, it's so hard to describe. And then this is a show about a character who lives 3 different lives, okay? It's like a classy high school girl, and then this little hamster creature that drinks Coke and plays games all day. And then she's like, Umaru, the ultimate arcade mastermind. Like, this show is terrible, but it's good, but I like it, but it's freaking, like, this is like, what a piece
You're
of shit.
having an experience right now.
Shit Umaru is. Why do you like Umaru? Why do I like Umaru?
He's slowly
Umaru's
falling into a moment
shit.
of religious rapture.
Like,
Yeah.
But it's so hard to explain because everything Umaru does, you're like, look at this little shit. Like, you know, when Umaru is just freaking like, haha, my brother's not here.
Animal, we cannot know the unknowable.
It's so hard to describe exactly how I feel about Umaru, though.
I think I can relate, because I was saying with Haruhi, so when you watch Haruhi Suzumiya, she's an arsehole. She's a dick, but you like her. I'm sorry. You actually got full on possessed then.
The difference is his appearance of Haruhi Suzumiya is actually a good work of anime, but Umaru is not a good work of anime. Yet it's a.
But you love the character.
Don't get it. We
all have our shit shows that we like. We all enjoy shit shows.
Umaru
You just said it was.
No,
You said it was multiple times.
No, Umaru is not like Arrow Mongol Sensei or anything stupid like that. It's like its own
Arrow
thing.
Mongol Sensei.
It's no Arrow Mongol Sensei or anything.
Arrow Mongol.
That's not what it is.
Genghis Khan is an ecchi artist.
And everything. Umaru is like, it's like a bad show, but it's not a bad show. It's not a bad show, but it's not a good show. But it's not a mediocre show. And
the Mongols only invaded Europe to bring anime to the Europeans. It all went downhill. There was a miscommunication.
It makes sense, honestly.
We got it wrong. Hitler wasn't the first Weeaboo. Genghis Khan was.
What is Umaru? I don't get it.
And now the Umaru has drawn him here. He will never be rid of his need for it. He both hates and loves the Umaru, as he hates and loves himself.
Like, I have Umaru keychains. So I have 3 Umarus on my keychain. I just look at them. Wow, you little rascal. You little rascal. You little shit.
You're gonna be okay. Is this
Umaru is such a piece of shit.
Animal, take a breath. Take a breath.
When we did the 4-season preview, I did not think this was the show you'd get so passionate about.
Why do we have another season? Stupid show. But it's not stupid because they're
to sell you extra keychains.
I bought a poster of Umaru.
Manimal, take a step back. There's a lot of shows to cover.
You
can have your moment when we're off air.
I didn't know you were keeping this keeping this bottled in. I had no idea.
I have been because I don't know how to describe Umaru anymore.
You know how, like, I imagine with having a child or having a pet that misbehaves, you want to hug it and strangle it at the same time. I'm pretty sure that's Manimal right now.
Yeah, because Umaru is a piece of shit.
You can hug and strangle at the same time.
Like, all she does, she turns into this little hamster and drinks Coke and eats chips, and like, she's such a piece of shit, but, like, I don't get it. I want to punch Umaru in the face, but at the same time, it's Umaru, like...
But at the same time, I want to buy all her merch.
I don't freaking get it. I honestly can't. I understand why I love K-On! So much. I understand why I like Love Live so much. But I don't understand Umaru, and it seriously concerns me. Alright? It seriously concerns me. These emotions I feel about Umaru are not natural because I don't get it. Umaru is such a piece of shit, but like... Okay, so moving on to another show from this is Netju no Sume, which is about a 30-year-old NEET. However, this is different than other shows because it's a girl, and she plays an MMO, but she doesn't get stuck in the game, she just plays the game. So it's like she plays like as a dude, and then she starts talking to this girl in the game, but then the girl is actually a guy who she meets by convenience. And it's kind of good. It's not bad. It's better than I thought it would be, because, you know, whenever you see the MMO and NEET thing, you're like, oh, I know what this is. And then you watch it, you're like, wait, I don't know what this is. You know, something different for a change. And I like the idea of just the 30-year-old, well, I guess woman, not even girl at that point, who just plays MMOs all the time. And again, it's a weird romance dynamic. It's kind of like in Netoge. It's a similar thing, but not the same. It should be okay. It's like 10 episodes. The OP and ED are really good. So that might be something worth watching, surprisingly enough.
The recovery of an MMO junkie or whatever. Because I've seen it on Crunchyroll. I'm tempted
it looks like
to give
shit.
it a
You're like, why would I watch this? But it's not like it doesn't take place in the game, so that's why it's good.
I do like how it's not in the game. I do like the art style, actually.
Yeah, it's actually a show that I would recommend watching. Even it's not amazing, but it's actually not bad.
The premise sounds fun.
Yeah, it's fun. And then there's also Blend S, which surprised me because it looked like blend shit, but apparently it's just blend sugar because it's not bad. Because it's about these, they're like moe-looking girls, but they play characters at a cafe. So you have main girl who wants to just study abroad, and she tries to be nice, but she's actually like incredibly sadistic, and she doesn't even know it, like without trying. So that's the character she plays at the restaurant. So that's, it's kind of amusing. There's a blonde Italian, which I didn't know existed, apparently.
I assume they do.
Italians have, like, dark hair and sometimes dark skin, though.
Depends.
You can get blonde ones.
I guess so.
It is also an anime as well, so they're a bit more liberal.
Yeah, because...
It's also an anime.
Yeah, because Mari in Love Live is Italian, part Italian, she's blonde. Also, she finally played metal in an episode. But anyway, Blend S, it's...
There's gotta be blonde Italians to a degree.
No, there is. I know. It's just like Italian.
Manimal, Umaru.
Anyway,
send them off.
Blend S is not too bad. It's kind of enjoyable. We've seen the kind of like cute girl who looks mean in like Kimi no Todake in real life, but I think it'll be an alright show that's not too bad. There's also Two Car, which is like, what can you even say about this show? It's really nothing. I thought it might be the next Manchu, but it's just about two girls who do like sidecar racing. So
how many cars are in there?
There's more than 2 cars, but it's called Two Car.
Oh, this is bullshit.
Because 2 people have to operate it.
I haven't been
that
as
makes
angry as the time I went and saw that movie Two Guns, and there's like 1,000,000 guns.
Yeah, I know. But like Two Car, like it takes itself seriously, and there's 2 characters with clashing dynamics. It should be okay, but I might drop it. So that's kind of what I have to say about things. If we go back to Umaru!
Let's not.
Oh, no.
Let's not. Anyone? Corin? Nah.
One thing that was on both of our lists that I remember. Did you watch Garo? Vanishing Point?
I watched Garo Vanishing Point.
Yeah!
Yeah!
That has got to be the most fun, dumb, manly anime I've seen in a long time.
It's very JoJo-esque. And I take some ire with the description that describes Sophie as a woman. She's like 13.
She's got a hat on. We can't know for sure.
She takes her hat off.
She's got a poofy shirt. We can't know
Whatever.
for sure.
No. She's young. Point is, Garo Vanishing Line or Vanishing Line Garo, depending, because if you read the actual like title and its fancy font, it starts with Vanishing Line in big letters, and Garo looks like the subtitle. Doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Could be,
but it's basically
a spin-off of Garo.
It's a big muscular dude punching demons in the face, and he has a skull motorcycle. It
starts out with him punching this weird gray monster thing.
Titty demon.
Kind of a fat, gangly monster with a bunch of titties covering it.
It's a titty demon with
then
nipples.
Titty demon.
Beats it up. Then he goes to a hot blonde lady with big titties, and he's like, "Hey, ride with me on my motorcycle." And they do, and he's got a skull for a ring that talks. And then there's metal in the intro, and then there's another fight, and it's so fucking cool.
And he has a giant magical armor that makes him look like a fucking lion.
Yeah.
And like people turn into like horrible monster demons out of fucking nowhere. It's like it's a good mashup between like, but I want to say Berserk and JoJo is kind of where.
That sounds good.
Berserk.
It's Kamen Rider Berserk.
Because like he saves the girl from an attack, and the monster's still out there, but he just looks at her and goes, "Hey, do you like steak or tacos?" And then the next scene, they're in a diner. And he's eating this giant-ass steak.
He's eating like 1,000-ounce steak.
Of fries.
A literal mountain.
And there's a waitress who comes up, and she's got big titties. And he's like, yeah, this is good. It's so dumb, and I love it.
I want to watch it.
It's
it's on my list.
Did we
it
mention
is on the
his
list.
name is Sword?
His name is Sword.
Yes, we did.
Okay, he turns into his transformation by doing donuts on his super motorcycle. He makes a magic circle by doing donuts on a bridge.
It's all set.
Goddamn cool.
It's also set in like kind of sort of America, Russell City, quote unquote. But it's a like weird mashup between like New York and like San Francisco, I guess. Because they got like the Golden Bridge and stuff going on.
Character designs are all really cool.
They are. It looks really good. It's animated very well.
Now I don't know if that's going to continue after episode 1, but Mappa usually has great work.
I was
and the
gonna
CG
say
fights are not bad.
Mappa's pretty decent normally for their anime. So,
and like my only complaint is that in the fight scenes it jumps around a bit much.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got that Michael Bay cam.
Yeah, it kind of does, but it's still really good. They're still full of energy and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Well, it's on Crunchyroll, so
it's on Crunchyroll. It's a good season for stuff on Crunchyroll.
It's in my queue for stuff on Crunchyroll, so that's good. I'll definitely watch it next week.
I imagine it's going to go pretty well coming from Mappa because they got that Yuri on Ice money now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, I'm trying to think what else, because there was that. I watched the Love is Like a Cocktail, both of them.
Yeah, me
it's
too.
3 minutes long, and it's just cute.
3 minutes on the dot. I watched it as well. It gives you a new little cocktail it tells you how to make them, and that's pretty much all it is.
Yep.
There's nothing.
No, depending how many episodes they have, should we have like a thing where we try the cocktails?
Yes.
Oh, it might be hard to come by some of the ingredients, but on the whole, I think that could be doable.
I mean,
this
if
one
we
was
split them up, assuming they'll have at least 12, we'll split them up between us.
One was sake, like episode 2 was sake, orange juice, and soda water, so not too difficult. Yeah. Yeah. I think that I definitely would be up for that and trying something. That'd be cool.
Okay, because there was that, there was Garo, and there was what was the other Crunchyroll show that I watched? I can't remember off the top of my head, but I did watch Girls' Last Tour.
Oh, that's the other one that I want to watch. That's The Road.
When I said it was The Road with Anime Girls, that is exactly what that show is. Super depressing. Not kind of poignant and like a little bit more uplifting because they're having jokes about, in war, people, if there's only 2 pieces of food and there's 3 people, one of them's going to have to die. And the last scene of the episode is, hey, there's 5 pieces of chocolate in this ration bar we found. And after they both eat 2, it's down to 1 last bar. And one of the girls raises a rifle to the other one's fucking head and is like, I'm eating this chocolate. And then they laugh and have a good old time after fisticuffs. But
why don't you just split the remaining piece of chocolate in half?
that's the thing. The first girl's like, why don't we just split the chocolate? And the other one yanks it out of her hand and points a rifle at her head and says, I'm taking all of this chocolate.
Okay.
It's weird. Oh, okay. So that was Girls Last Tour. I don't know if I'll continue with it because I think it's going to be just more of the same with no continuous plot. The other one, which will have a continuous plot and is also kind of depressing, was Juuni Taisen.
Yeah.
I watched that too. Holy what?
Did you watch both episodes?
I just watched the first one.
Okay, same here.
I've seen the first. I've seen the 2, both episodes.
With the first episode,
like it just yet.
I'm still deciding because I do like this setup. I do with the whatever. We know what we're talking about. Yeah. It's for those who didn't listen to the preview, it's 12 people who are all Zodiac based, fighting each other to the death for a wish, magic wish, basically.
Chinese Zodiac, also.
Chinese Zodiac. And, the first episode focuses entirely on the boar character, and at the end, I'm pretty sure she gets fucking stabbed in the head.
Oh, she gets stabbed
in the
right
neck.
through the neck, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if every episode's going to be, let's follow this character's life story and then murder them or not, but I guess we're going to see.
Do you want me to tell you anything?
I don't.
Please?
Okay. No, please. Okay, well, the first 2 episodes kinda, sorta follow the same. Like, that was the main twist for me, was that the fact that they spent the whole episode with the with the boar character, sorry, and she fucking dies. Like, that was our POV, like, for the episode, and she just fucking died. I like the animation. I like the voice acting on it. That Usagi, the bunny character, is creepy as fuck.
Oh,
it's like Tokyo Ghoul in Speedos.
I do, yeah. And I do like all the character designs, because they're all unique and varied, and, they make the point, mostly. I think...
I don't know what's going on.
A few of them are confusing. So, what do you mean you don't know what's going on?
I've watched 2 episodes, and I don't know if they've got I mean, they have sort of magical powers, but... Are they gods?
Episode 1 is like, I'm a necromancer. Sorry, necromantist.
I can only bring back the people I personally kill. But
is that what that means?
Yes. But it's one of those shows where it's like, it's kind of magic, because they start with, there's this group or corporation that puts this fight on, and this fight happens every 12 years or so or something.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing to maintain the balance of the universe or some shit. But they specifically say they'll make a city with a population of 500,000 just disappear overnight, and literally disappear.
Yeah, and then they just fight.
They're gone. So it's something magic, something realistic.
I was gonna say some of them, because the one has a power to see through birds and control birds, or at least see through them at least.
Okay.
Her,
that
the boar.
explains all the birds that I kept seeing in the first episode.
The boar character, hers was never-ending. She didn't have to reload.
Yeah, she
had never-ending ammo.
Infinite bullets. So it's kind of magic, kind of not magic.
But again, the thing that ticked me off about it is, at least in episode 1, I saw everything that was going to come. And just looking at the character designs, the rabbit guy is going to be the big bad for the first part of the show until they take him out. They introduce the sister of the boar in the flashbacks, and I go, oh, I bet they'll pick her, but then the main boar is going to kill her.
Yeah.
Or, oh, well, no, she killed herself, but there's that. When she did the rundown of, here's how my plan is going to work out, it was like the Ocean's 11 thing, where once they tell you what the plan is, here's how the plan goes wrong. Hey, I wonder what happened with that dead guy. Oh, he's right behind him and stabs her. Fucking called it.
Yeah.
Which is second weird, episode... I love this author. But why is it not like that? It's not lighthearted at all. It's not.
Oh, no, it's not lighthearted. Second episode, again, there's none of that. It's weird, because I like it. As we were saying, if you want dumb action, it has that, but it's more strategic. It's more staggered. You know, it's a cat and mouse game. They're running and, you know, forming alliances and whatnot. So it's interesting. I'm definitely giving it another chance. Like I say, I've watched the first 2 episodes. I'm hoping we get to hear a bit more about the history of the tournament, why they're there, why they're forced to fight, the reasons why they want a wish come true, and so on and so forth. So hopefully that gets explained. I'm definitely going to stick with it. Anyway.
It's got a few good moments, but yeah, nothing about it has reached out and grabbed me. I'd love to see the Sheep Guy and Monkey Girl episodes.
They're featured a bit in episode 2, so they have some dialogue there.
Cool. Other than that, I'm not. I'll give it 3 episodes.
Yeah? Give it the 3 episode rule.
Me. Yeah.
Have you anything else that you covered or watched?
Not yet. I'm still trying to track down that one Chinese adaptation of Monster Kids. Forget the name of it, and I don't know if it's even out right now.
I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay. I guess I'll just get it out the way because it was the one for me. I always say have the 3 episode rule. This is one I'm not going to be giving the 3 episode rule, and that was Imouto, blah, 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 blah. A sister is all you need.
Oh, yes. You mentioned something about this in the chat, and it sounds like the first episode was, as we say, spicy?
Oh, it was a little spicy. Well, this is the thing. It's getting a lot of attention for the first 2 minutes of the show. And it's if you pull the curtain back, it's a pitch from the main character to his publisher of his new book. But we start the anime with him being woken up by his naked sister, who's 13. It clearly says she's 13. She gives him a sensual kiss. Then he goes and washes his face in her bathwater. She gives him her bra to dry his face with. And he's talking about how good it is. And then he goes and has breakfast with a cup of her milk.
Her what?
And her eggs.
What?
She made an omelette with her eggs and a cup of her milk, which is her breast milk.
And she used her eggs.
What?
And
what?
then
what?
And then
no,
he has
stop! I just.
And then he has ketchup.
I need a minute.
That's
the
not
process.
possible.
What the fuck you've just
Did
said
she
to me?
get those eggs out? How's that work?
Well, I thought they meant ovary eggs, but it turns out because it's a pitch, she's like a weird alien sister who can just lay eggs. Was his idea.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like actual eggs that his sister laid, which makes it less weird. He then has ketchup on his face, so she goes, oh, hang on, and she reaches for a portal. Remember, this is a pitch for a sci-fi thing. She reaches for a portal and pulls out her freshly used underwear and gives it him to wipe his mouth, and then he begins to eat and devour her pants, all the while saying how good they taste.
I mean, it's a way to get people watching your show so they can be like, oh, look at this really messed up anime. And then other people will be like, wow, that's crazy, those Japanese.
Exactly. This is what's gotten a lot of attention. People are like, oh my god, the sip, blah, 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 blah. And then you have, just as cringeworthy, you have the people who are on board with it going, it's the normie barrier. I've seen that word on the Reddit anime, like the anime subreddit, so much. The normie barrier of episode 1. Like, it's like a term, the normie barrier. Oh, I had to close my laptop after I saw that. It made me feel sick in my mouth a little bit.
There are such things as normie barriers, but like
it's a dumb phrase.
It's a bad phrase, and it's not. When I think of it as like it's more like. Sorry, I'm watching the first 2 minutes of this.
Yay!
While we're talking, and it keeps happening. But like, it shouldn't be. It should be more of like general concepts of stuff. Like, okay, now you kind of need to get your head around the idea that people are just magic sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no, she's on fire because it's her energy. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
The general concepts, not whatever. He just ate the panties. Oh.
Yeah. He's eating pennies. But this is the thing that, and with this show, that was like, oh, this is the big shocking thing. It's bombastic. The rest of the episode is incredibly boring. His only character, it serves a purpose. I'm saying I am fine with fan service. I'm fine with ecchi if it has a point. If it's comedic at some point, if it ties into story, if it's logical in the story, whatever. The only point they served was to illustrate that if he had a little sister, he'd really want to fuck her. Because it's clear, and this is like he thought this was normal, and his entire character is he really loves little sisters. And his publisher says about his little brother, if only she was his little sister. I wish he had a little sister. It's like, don't wish that guy's anywhere near anyone who could be a little sister. That's fucked up.
I think what maybe the sentiment might be is that if he had a little sister, he wouldn't be like this.
Yeah, I wouldn't take the risk, but that's his own.
I just don't know. I mean, I don't. I never had a
character
sister,
trait.
So I don't know how people develop siscons if they have a sister.
I
can't not saying that I have a
siscon.
It's but like I'm not. I can't imagine I would have if I had a sister.
No,
yeah,
that's
I feel the same way I relate to my brother.
It's like.
I have a sister, and maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm having more of a visceral reaction to it because I'm like, ugh.
I think that's it. Because like I don't get all weirded out by the siscons because I never had a sister. I can't imprint that on anyone. And like I have a cousin, but it's not really the same thing, is it? You don't have
not in
that
America.
direct engagement.
On one plane, it makes sense, the appeal of this stuff, if you don't have a sister. Like, if it's just like, you're not related by blood, it's someone who's in your house all the time. It's someone who's now supposed to love you. But, it's the kind of a thing like that, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it's just a loneliness thing.
It's just kind of like a fantasy thought for some people, and it makes sense to me. I don't like it, but it makes sense.
Yeah. But past this, like I say, his only defining trait in the entire first episode is that he has a sister complex. He's a siscon. That's it. He has. Other than that, everyone else treats him normal. Even though, like I say, his little brother looks after him, who's like 16. He's 20, the main character.
Yes.
Who's a failed author because they rejected this plot for this story because it was too weird, and he refuses to take out the sister thing. And the rest of the show is, I'm having some friends over. His friends come over are all just, basic cliches in, like, ecchi shows. He's got his friend who thinks he's in an anime. There's the girl who's the very ecchi girl who, I think her first line is, "Hey, let's have sex, senpai." Because she's 2 years younger than him and she wants to fuck him.
Again,
and he has no interest.
To copy Arrow Mongol Sensei with the one girl. It's like, oh, girls love penis.
Literally, yeah, that's what it is.
Is this going so far overboard on purpose as to, like, take the shit out of the weird sitcom genre?
I was about to ask, is this show going to do like a weird face turn at some point? And like,
well, I thought,
about
is
these
it being
characters figuring their shit out? Or
this is what I thought. I was like, is this going to be self-aware? But then the rest of the show, it was so boring because nothing happens. They have a meal and then they play a 21 questions game for 5, 6, 7 minutes of the show. It's a third of the show is taken up by them going, yes, no. Oh, and they're just playing this game, and I was like, oh, they're just sitting around a table playing 21 questions.
Yeah, you just couldn't wait to see that titty milk again.
I do have to wonder if it's just weird on purpose. I honestly,
I thought
I'm not going to
watch
it, but I kind of want to check back in on it maybe later in the season and see.
I
how
think
it's doing.
the first 2 minutes would
on purpose, so they'll get people somewhat interested and be like, "Whoa, what is this crazy show?"
Yeah.
I'm looking at the poster of it right now, right, and it doesn't come across like that. It comes across as very slice of lifey, very.
That's what it was, but it was a mediocre slice of. It's an ecchi rom-com slice of life thing. I think the sister thing at the beginning is the shock value to get people talking about it, but the rest of the show was just it was vanilla. There wasn't really any jokes in there. Very like I say, oh, everyone else left, and here's the one who wants to fuck him. She stayed behind, and she wanted to drink some alcohol, and he said no, and then it went over her, so she had to shower, and then she sniffed his boxers, and then she went. Bye. So it was like I say, just a bit bland. Like
again, it's just
really
another
funny.
classic cash and series. Hey guys, we gotta make a little money. I know what we can do.
Ero Mongol Sensei Part 2.
See, Arrow Mongol Sensei, at least even though it was a flaming pile of shit, it had more of a craft.
It had
to
a story.
See, yeah, it had more of this craft to it, and that's why people latched on to the series, and it was actually a little popular. Even though I barf every time I see a cosplay that character, I'm like, you're wasting yourself. You know?
You could be playing so many other cool 11-year-olds. What about Gohan? You don't see his six-pack.
You're wasting yourself in this character in this
cosplaying
show,
Gohan is a high bar.
Like Mongol Sensei, it at least had a craft to how shitty it was. Where something like this, the way you're describing it, just seems like it's I know what we can do.
Yeah, it's like they went, let's do this in the first look at this, how weird this is. Oh, it was just a pitch, guys, get it? Yeah. And then they were like, we don't know what to do for the rest of the episode.
Ecchi rom-com, what I hear is piece of shit. You know, that's what translates to in my mind most of the time, not all the time. But,
it's hard
never forget glorious Kaijo.
Do you know what, then? For you guys, I will check in on episode 2. I'll retract what I said earlier.
Yeah, give me your 3
episode 2.
No, give me your 3 rule. For the sake of us.
All right. I'll try. I'll try.
For the podcast. Because I think we're at least all interested to know if it's going to deviate any from its course, and I think by episode 3 we'll definitely know that. Episode 2 should at least give a hint. Because the way you describe it so far, it almost sounds like it might.
Maybe. We'll try it. Okay.
I want to mention this really quick. Do you remember that teacher show?
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's just like, shit, what was it called? Skirt, no, the guy has a dick.
No, it is not.
Oh, is it as rapey as the poster makes it look like?
I don't know, but they bang and he fingers her in the first episode. And
it sounds as rapey as the poster makes it sound like.
Yeah, it's full nude. It's like there's this new trend in shows. It started with the one with Corin. It's like the
Now stop! You gotta stop saying that. I didn't even watch the show.
There's this new brand of ecchi shorts that push what could be shown on TV. So it starts off with nude fingering in episode 1. You're like, oh, they're going for it. So that's what the teacher show is, in case you were wondering.
Yeah, I forgot that existed, and probably will at the end of the show.
Yeah, probably will.
Moving on from... I'll go watch it in the bathroom.
Right now, you're going to edit it out as you watch it on the recording.
Like that. Anyway, that was a nice noise that you could enjoy. I watched the drinking anime, watched Juuni Taisen, watched My Hero Academia. I watched, speaking of Juuni Taisen and being a survival game, I watched Ousama Game, King's Game, which is basically Battle Royale, Danganronpa, and Miraniki. It's exactly what I thought it was going to be.
So it's a piece of shit.
It does the... I don't know yet. I don't know. It wasn't... If I had to rate it out of 10, I'd give it a 5 to a 6 on episode 1. Yeah. I will give it the 3-episode rule, but for anyone who's unfamiliar, King's Game is a popular Japanese game. They draw straws or whatever, and whoever's labeled the king, you got to follow their orders for a certain amount of time. This is where transfer student gets into school. He's a loner and says, everyone leave me alone. I don't want friends. Oh, why? Did something happen in the past? Obvious what it was. Everyone gets a text on the phone and it says it's from the king. These 2 students have 24 hours to kiss or they will be punished. He's one of the students, and a girl who loves him and fancies him. She's the most popular girl at school for no reason. Well, plot reasons. Turns out he's played the King's Game before and he was the only survivor. No one will believe him when he says that he didn't send the text. They kiss a couple of seconds before midnight so they don't die. It then sends a ton of different messages and tells everyone to get together. If you fall asleep, you will be punished by hanging. It's an omnipotent force. This is the thing that is a bit strange with it, because it is not a person doing it. So there is no villain. It's more of an environmental hazard in a way, because it's a...
You say it like it's a golf game.
It's like Final Destination.
Well, yeah, but that's death fucking with people. There's some sort of elemental thing going on.
Yeah,
like
it's got no rhyme.
Existence.
Yeah.
There's got to be something.
So far, there's no rhyme or reason to it. It just texts them, and it has supernatural powers, because obviously it's able to just instantaneously kill people in a variety of ways. So, like, some people just explode all the blood out from the body and stuff. Kinda gory, but not gory. It's just kind of generic gore.
PG-13
character designs are pretty
blood
boring.
exploding out of your body.
I mean, at some point, it doesn't matter anymore because it's too cartoonish.
The desensitized version, you desensitize to it. But yeah, the character designs are so average. They're just mediocre. They look fine, but the designs themselves are boring. We'll give it a go because the interest or the intrigue for me from these shows is obviously the relationships between people and then that tension of, oh shit, we may have to do something to each other. This isn't good. So, like, with Danganronpa, it was really interesting. Everyone had a really unique personality and character. There was some little relationships between them all, and then it was like, fuck, but we don't fully trust each other because we might have to kill each other. I want that in this show, and I'm hoping that comes to the fore. The problem is, because he is a transfer student, he doesn't know any of these people and has no existing relationships with them, so no one trusted him. They're all thinking it's him. So... I don't know. I'll give it the 3 episodes and I'll see, but I don't know how I feel about this one at first. I feel it could be good, but I think it's because I really enjoy the survival game genre when it's done right, so I've got high hopes for it. I'll report back with that next week, 'cause episode 2 is out, so episode 3 should be by next week. Also, as well, I'll save Black Clover till last. Yashiki, I watched. Super Old Man Robot fighting game. That's from Mappa as well. Very CG heavy, although the CG's okay. There's only a couple of bits in the show when I'm like, it's always the dog. It seems when the dog's moving, I'm just like, I'm not a fan of that motion, but most of it's okay. It's not too jarring. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that show, the first episode. Opening's awesome. The way they animate it, like in terms of the angles they animate from, are quite cinematic. They look pretty cool. The guy as well, I just feel for him. He's a 58-year-old man. Family doesn't really love him. Wife doesn't really give a shit about him. He works a shitty job. There's kids who barge into him, and he thinks of like standing up for himself, and then thinks better of it, and all that kind of stuff. And you're like, oh, this poor man. And then a spaceship just boom, fucks his life out, but then rebuilds him into a robot, and then he accidentally realizes he's a robot and saves someone, and realizes he's still human because he could save someone, and starts crying. I would recommend it. It's not on streaming anywhere in terms of Crunchyroll or anything, so you will have to look in other means for it, but I thought it was really an interesting first episode. Animation let it down a little bit at points, but hoping the next few episodes will make it really good and really memorable.
It is on my list. I want to see it, and I'm glad to hear positive reviews.
Yeah, I felt so. The old man makes me feel stuff. I'm like, oh, that poor guy. I think we've all been there in our lives where we feel a bit taken for granted.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. I'm going to come back as a robot and fuck you all up.
It's definitely an interesting concept, and I think we're seeing a lot more of old guys do stuff and less 15-year-olds do stuff, which is nice.
Yeah, I just appreciate at the end that he just stands up to a bunch of kids with baseball bats, and then they all just start doing him in. So there's that visual of just a bunch of teenagers twatting an old man with baseball bats.
Because there's that weird thing in anime. It's like once you hit 18, you're suddenly an old man.
Yeah. Oh, he looks like 80. He's 58 in this show, but he looks super old.
That's part of it, isn't it? He looks a lot older than he is.
Yeah, and they do address it in there. Like I think one of his daughters or something, like her friend comes over and goes, "Is that your grandpa?" She's like, "Yeah, it is." You're right, little dick as kids are, but it's all right. He has his little dog companion, so that's all you need.
That's good
in life. But definitely recommend that one. And then finally for me,
hold on.
Okay, sorry.
No, because I haven't gone yet, but I only have one other show I've watched. And do we just want to have Big Black Clover as our big finish?
Okay.
I also watched Black Clover, and I know a lot about it, so I think that'd be a good way to end. So we'll knock my other one out of the way, and then we'll get onto that.
Yeah.
Cool. So the other one I watched that I haven't talked about yet, because I did watch Vanishing Point and Juuni Taisen, is I watched IReba, or Desiree? I don't know how I'm supposed to pronounce it.
Yeah.
It's German. And it's one of those shows that has Nazis, anime Nazis, and I don't know if they're the good guys or not.
Best kind of Nazis, anime Nazis.
Best kind of Nazis. But yeah, it's the whole first episode takes place in like 1939, so it's all like setting things up. But like a lot of shit happens. It's very confusing. It's like it starts with like one of the Nazis in the future, like floating through the sky in a giant magic golden castle. And then they flash back to 1939. He's a normal Nazi, and he's talking to a dude, and he's like, "You saw the future. You said that Hitler was going to die." And he's like, "I'm a mage." And then they start gathering other Nazis, and then at the very end is like this giant like montage of just like super powered Nazis killing people, and then the episode ends, and I don't know what's going on. I really don't.
X-Men Nazis. I like it.
Basically. But it's all like, Nazi occultism and magic and shit. So I like that kind of stuff. It's interesting as a concept. But we'll see how the show goes, because right now it's very disjointed. Looks cool as shit, don't get me wrong, but it's just very confusing.
Corin likes Nazi occultism.
It's interesting. I'm not saying I'm a Nazi occultist. They're different.
I come from the future. To be fanciful. But I have some bad news. And, no, it's all bad news.
I did think it's kind of funny, because it seems like the main Nazi, like, I assume is going to be antagonistic, because he was the one with red eyes floating through a giant magic castle in the sky. His name is Reinhard Heydrich, which is basically the John Smith of German names.
Maybe they didn't want to put too much effort into
it. It's a very generic German name. But, yeah. I gotta say, props to the Japanese on their pronunciation of the weird, different, like, German words. Because they seem to be doing... Are they
accurate?
I think so.
Because you could be speaking, like, Italian and go, oh, man, everybody knows English so good.
They pronounced IReba correctly. I know that much. But that's all I got. IReba was the Nazis' like group of historians that went around and like dug up stuff and said it's Nazis.
That sounds like a really shit
that was basically
TV game. It's Nazis.
That was basically their job description, was go around, dig up historical sites and say, no, it was totally us, by the way. Not these people. It was us.
Well, speaking of Nazis, in episode 1 of Love Live Sunshine, Yu gives the salute.
What?
Yes,
what?
I screen capped. There was a frame where Yu gives the salute.
Now, is it
you need
like
to now share this with us.
Salute, or is it just like you grabbed a screen cap that looks suggestive?
Yeah, her hand was up.
That doesn't mean anything. Lots of people's hands go up.
Just but it looked like it and it amused me.
Stepping away from Nazis for a moment, I do want to go back and find that video of Japanese people trying to use the word Massachusetts.
Oh, God.
It was a good time.
It's not an easy word for us to say.
I was going to say...
to the Idle Reich.
No.
Idle Reich.
Let's
No,
not
there's really nothing to go back to. It was just an amusing moment.
Let's talk about Black Clover.
Okay, bye, guys. I think I'm going to go now. I'm gonna get out of here. I don't want to listen to this.
You stay. You should fucking...
Look, we listened to you and your rapture for like 10 minutes. You can stick around.
Yeah, I will. Where's my guitar?
Okay. Black Clover. Let me say first, I'm intrigued with the first episode because they didn't do the full first chapter. Did
they not?
No. In fact, maybe they did.
I think it just goes up to when he gets his sword, basically.
Oh, maybe it does. But like normally, the shonen first chapter is introduce the character, put them against the the training boss, essentially, so we can get a scene where they reveal their true power, and then they beat them. And that's normally what happens in the first episode. Fairy Tail, Bleach,
now I see
Naruto.
What you're talking about.
Whereas this episode ended right when he got the power, which is because I guess they could stretch out the second episode. It's weird because I wasn't expecting that. I just thought it was going to be, oh yeah, beat him. Oh, now we're going to be the rivals and Wizard King. Blah.
Admittedly,
they
spent a lot of time with like setup.
Yeah,
and I don't remember that scene when they were babies. I might have just forgot though.
That's new. No, that's definitely not in the manga.
Yeah, because like the first 5, if you're familiar with the Black Clover at all, like the first 5 minutes of the anime is like the priest finds them as babies and he brings them in, and there's like they have their names stitched on their like little shirts. That's how they get their names.
Yeah,
and I also don't, because they make a big deal about Yuno's pendant, which I don't think they ever do in the manga.
No, I don't. I can't remember it ever being alluded to that his pendant was particularly special.
It seems special because it comes with him as a baby, and like it's very much giving off that he's actually secretly royalty vibe from we know so well.
Yeah,
and I don't know. Also, I don't remember that giant skull thing. Was that giant skull thing always there?
Yes, it's near their village with the Wizard King statue on. I do remember
they
that's
never
there.
bring it back up, so I guess I just forgot.
It is harder because it's literally just there by their village, and then he trains there. So after that, they leave the village, and you don't see it again.
They completely forget to talk about anything that happens. Like the sister comes up once or twice, but like
yeah,
I liked it. It was animated really well. Can't shake it for that. And
anime was good.
The voice acting was fine. Asta's voice is exactly what I imagined it sounded like. And they had a nice touch of him just going when he was annoyed, which exactly that annoying fucking sound I imagined coming from him.
Yeah.
God,
I was going to say a lot of people
annoying.
picked up on the voice acting, but the voice acting was annoying. It was done well. But yeah, his voice is so annoying.
It was done.
But then I guess that's the point.
It felt right for everyone, basically. I know we only were introduced to 2 major characters, but
that voice. I mean, to be fair, Natsu's grated on me at first, and then you got used to it. Naruto's grated on me a hell of a lot at first.
Yeah.
But then you got used to it, so maybe it's a case of that.
It sounds like what I always thought he would sound like in my head. He's just screamy and annoying, because he is.
An annoying, whiny little shit.
He's not a great protagonist, let's be honest. But yeah, I'll be interested to see once we get introduced to like all the other members of the Black Bulls.
Yeah, the Black Bulls. Black Balls.
I still like it better when it is Black Sheep. It's so much better.
Yeah, the Black Balls. That's why he's got a ball on there. The Black Sheep. That would have been on the nose.
It would have been a bit on the nose, but I don't know.
It makes sense. It makes Black Sheep.
Black Balls is cool.
No.
It's still fine.
Yeah, so yeah, the episode is basically, it's the origin story. It shows them blah, 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 up until when he gets his power. His sword looks cool.
Does the effects on the sword was really good. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I was going to say this, like the effects and particularly the sound effects of how weighty the sword was, that added an extra element to me because I think that's lost sometimes in manga when you see the big sword. You don't really...
It is.
You don't register it anymore. It's not impressive to see it.
It probably doesn't help that when nobody translates the onomatopoeia noises. So like it's whatever. Sound effects happen, and that's cool. Like the only one I know is Menace because I've seen too much JoJo. But like,
go.
But you don't sort of appreciate that. In at any point in the manga when I've read it, I've sort of not registered. Mm-hmm. He must be really fucking strong for like wielding. Because I know someone tries to pick it up at some point and they're like, "Shit, this is pretty heavy."
Oh yeah,
but
I mean, he is. If you see him in his shirt without a shirt on in the manga, and he is nothing but muscle.
He's jacked, which is clever because, like I say, he's in a world where magic means everything. Magic is done. Pretty much everyone does stuff via magic. Yeah. Dry clothes, you use some magic. You're making some food and you use some magic.
There was a dude hoeing a field and he was using magic instead of his fucking muscles. Which is why I've always liked Black Clover, is because his thing was, I can't magic, I guess I'll get buff instead.
Yeah. Oh no, that's one of my favourite things of shonen is give the character a handicap, turn their handicap into their greatest advantage, like asset.
Yeah, although I feel like in Black Clover, the anti-magic is just a little bit too much.
Fucking yeah! I
It's
was
a
gonna
little
say,
OP.
yeah. So his sword is complete anti-magic. I know this hasn't been revealed at the end of episode 1, but
it's
his
it
doesn't matter. It's in the next one.
If you're watching the anime, you probably read the manga already. So
and episode 2's out right now on Crunchyroll, so you should probably have seen it. But yeah, his sword's anti-magic, and that applies to everyone, no matter what their level of magic is. It's just nullification. That's it.
Unless they're too
can,
strong, and then it doesn't matter. But
he can go against people, and because he's so strong, like physically strong, his reflexes are quick.
Mm-hmm.
So in the beginning, he's like way overpowered for people.
Yeah, like he's your standard strong anime protagonist, but in a world where no one else is that kind of strong.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
everyone else
kind
has
of
magic.
A perfect way of summing it.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see how all the other Black Bulls are like. I want to see their voice actors, and
that's the draw for me. Is the other? It's not Asta.
Yeah.
It's the other characters.
I like the other characters the most. I can take or leave Noelle, but I like Mohawk Dude, and I like Lightning.
I love Locke. Yeah, and Lightning, Smiling Psycho,
and the leader, the sword dude. I forget his name off the top of my head.
Yami.
Yeah, they're all cool
it's
people.
Just called Yami.
I like all the other characters.
Yeah,
it's just Asta lets things fall through the cracks, and well, so does Noelle, but she's pretty generic.
Yeah, Asta's but that he's just a carbon copy Shonen character. Yeah. Loud, never gives up.
I do like
powerful.
I do like how his relation with Yuno, because he and Yuno have like this great broship going on.
Yeah,
it doesn't show up in the first episode until like the last 30 seconds, but. As the show will develop and as the manga has, they have a very nice sort of rival relationship where they're not like fighting each other.
But friendly.
It's a friendly rivalship. Yeah. They're both like, yeah, we're going to be the King of Magic, or whatever they call them. The Wizard King?
The Wizard King.
God, the Magic Emperor. Why won't they call him the Magic Emperor? It's such a better title. There's already a king in the kingdom. God damn it.
But yeah, I do like that because they don't cut the bullshit of we've known each other and we're secretly best friends, but I say I hate you, and it's just like no, you like my brother, we're rivals, we've got this bond. There's no bullshit, there's no pretense, like the Sasuke thing.
There's a little pretense in the first episode / chapter, but I almost feel like the author, when he was first going through and writing it, realized about halfway through the first chapter, now this is bullshit. Let's just have them be friends.
Yeah. Because it makes sense. They've grown up together. Yes, they're rivals, but they're also like family. So
yeah, because the big thing is you're not going to be the Wizard King. I'm going to be the Wizard King, so you're never going to be the Wizard King.
Yeah, I don't know.
You can totally clean my boots, though.
Overall, episode 1, it was fine. It was okay.
It was better than I expected to because of the animation, but it's what I expected. It's Black Clover.
There is a lot more to come. I will always say to people, I remember saying it on Twitter to someone, don't judge it by episode 1, give it a few. Give it 3 or 4 episodes.
And can I just... I gotta say, I really enjoyed the color palette.
It was a nice change.
Because it's kind of dreary. It's kind of Dark Souls-y. Which the whole universe kind of is a little Dark Souls-y. If anyone else listening is familiar. It's a little dark fantasy, I guess is probably a better way to put it.
Yeah, it wasn't so bright.
Everything's a little run down, and everyone has magic. It's not that big of a deal, and the kingdoms are at war, whatever. But it's not like great liberty and shit. And it's like it's kind of muddled. It just kind of is.
Yeah, there's some gray areas with it. It's not all the evil alien mutants who wish to murder you all. It's like no, they're fighting over resources.
Yeah,
it's resources is what they're after.
Mm-hmm. And they're having like a magic arms race by making like better magic soldiers. It's a good universe.
My attention has all been turned to the beautiful drawing that Manimal's been doing while we've been speaking about Black Clover. Am I allowed to include that in the show?
If you want.
Maybe we shouldn't.
Okay.
I feel like that's
offensive about it, though.
There's nothing offensive.
If you pay for YouTube Red, then you'll be able to gain access to Manimal's exclusive drawing online.
Check out our
I
YouTube
just like
Red account.
the Hail Dutchland.
Yeah.
Not Deutschland, but the Dutch.
Land of the
Yeah.
The real cause of World War II.
Of course. Don't you remember? You've been learning everything wrong.
Well, Finland doesn't even exist anyway, according to popular theories. So, on that bombshell,
right,
that's
that is
full
a
season, guys.
conspiracy theory.
It is.
Let's take a second.
It's a Japanese
Let's just say
fishing.
that. There is a conspiracy theory that is it Finland, right?
It is Finland.
It is Finland.
doesn't
that
exist.
Finland doesn't exist. It's not even there.
Wait, how do
it's
I
just water.
exist then?
You don't.
Do you not know this theory, Manimal? You
It's not
self-proclaimed
a common theory.
Is it not?
No,
I
it's
thought
not.
it was.
It's
Oh.
maybe
Oh, fair
more
enough.
over there than it is over here.
I
But
didn't
yeah,
know
there's
about
Okay.
a conspiracy theory that the country just does not exist. It's nothing but water.
Yeah, it's sea. Yeah, so Sweden and such go around it. Helsinki's in eastern Sweden, and when people go there, they obviously don't notice they're not in Sweden. They're just
Yeah,
in a
but when you
European
look it up,
country.
it says this dude accidentally convinced the internet. Like some guy.
Yeah, we know it's not real. We know that
Yeah.
Finland is actually exists.
This is a fun concept.
But yeah, I really liked it because he says if you go
I
through his
see.
logic,
See the map.
it was an agreement with Russia and Sweden and Japan, and it's actually so Japan can farm fish in those seas without being under strict regulations. And the deal is that they'll transport it through Russia. Nokia as a Japanese-owned company, and Japan is one of the highest importers rather of Nokias, but no one owns a Nokia phone in Japan, so it's secretly just fish deliveries under the guise of Nokia.
Yeah.
That's the theory.
So
And the reason it's called Finland, what the fishes have, they have fins.
it's
shit. That
yeah.
makes sense.
You think someone would figure this one out by just, I don't know, going to Finland. But
Maybe asking someone who's Finnish.
maybe all the wars, like the historical significance of the country, the ancient maps that have existed forever that show Finland.
Look, there's maps of Middle Earth. That's not a deal breaker.
Yeah, but those aren't dated to like 1500.
No, but, they're pretty old.
Eh,
Pretty
You're
old.
dated to 1500.
it doesn't help when there's a work of fiction appended directly to them.
Okay, but doesn't it freak you out when you see old maps?
No?
Like, I
Why?
find them kind of scary. Like, wow.
Why?
Dude,
Like, I think, how
you
do
don't
they
even
do
know,
it?
like, have you ever heard of a T-map?
I don't know.
T-maps were, hold on, I'm going to find you a picture one. Basically, for a long time, nobody cared what maps were because they didn't matter because nobody left, like, the 20-mile radius you were born in.
Oh, I see.
So they were very just representative. So a T-map is basically, it's like a T-shaped, and on the top is like a half circle that says Asia, and then there are 2 quarter circles below it that say Africa and Europe, because everyone thought the world was on its side, actually, so east always went up.
Yeah, stuff like this kind of, whenever I look at that side of history, it's too much for my brain to handle.
Yeah.
I'm too busy thinking about Umaru. I can't concentrate.
Maritime maps
Yeah,
were fairly accurate, but only mariners had them, and they didn't get really passed down.
My personal
killed
favorite
Manimal.
map story is that the Americas were named after Amerigo Vespucci because he was a map maker who was just like, what if I named them after myself? I'm making the maps. Who's to say that it's not my name?
That's good. That's good.
Is he? Didn't know that.
Yes.
Oh, you better hope that I don't discover any kind of species. There's going to be a kind of insect that's going to just be called Onarigaru.
Look,
I mean,
there's,
you have to.
there's plenty
Or
of
big
stupidly named insects out there.
Oh,
Big
yeah.
anime titties.
Well, I mean, the praying mantis is cool.
Praying, I don't know. Praying to 5-minute scoop! Right.
I mean, I guess like
Let's get ourselves out of here.
Daddy Longlegs is kind of weird.
That's a weird, creepy title. Sounds like a horror movie.
Oh, they scared the shit out of me. 'Cause
Long
it just sounds so bad. They're harmless, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
Daddy's coming.
Did you
over
know
with his-
daddy longlegs are actually very poisonous? They just don't have a big enough mouth to bite people.
That's actually an urban legend. Don't listen to him.
They are spiders, though.
They are spiders. They
They
can
are.
bite
Back
you, but they're just
spiders.
going to leave a little red bump, and that's going to be it.
They're not spiders.
Aw.
Oh shit! What
Oh,
are they? Are they dads?
They're dads.
They are
They're all
dads.
dads. Don't kill the daddy long legs. They have
Hashtag
families,
dad, not
guys.
Spider.
Hashtag.
Papa non-spider.
They
Papa
are
non-spider.
spadads.
Spidads. You got your cool spidad.
Yeah.
You can play football with all of the boys just because he's got 6 legs, motherfucker.
Yeah.
That is the sign when we start talking about insects to get the fuck out of the show. Thanks ever so much for watching, guys. We do appreciate you guys listening. And we know it was a long episode, but there was a lot of shit to cover, and you got a long episode, which are always better. You get more to listen to if you're doing whatever you do listening to podcasts, doing some dishes, some laundry, having a shit.
Maybe you're sitting at work. I don't know. But you know what? Hopefully we helped you discover maybe something in the fall season you want to watch.
Watch Your Sister's all you need. It's brilliant.
Doesn't sound
better than Handshakers. No, it isn't. I think I found something that is worse than Handshakers.
Anything being better than Handshakers, and we have our handshaking expert on scene.
Robert Johnson. Somewhere. Do you know what, Robert Johnson? Roy Thistlebottom challenges you to a freestyle. Speaking of which, oh my god, speaking of which, the Halloween songs, me and Manimal, I have not forgotten about it. I've actually put some work in for it.
Yep. And next episode should be our Halloween episode. We'll be recording, I'm assuming, either on the 23rd or 22nd.
We can either make next week Halloween or the week after, which will be the 1st of November, so it's totally up to you.
I'm saying we make next week Halloween.
We don't make it the week after, are you kidding?
Let's have
day
it
after.
in October.
Okay.
Wait,
fair enough.
Wait, hold on a minute. Wednesday is the 1st of November, so that means that... Wait, never mind. I got confused. Shut up.
What, are you okay?
End the episode already.
Umaru.
I swear to God, it's like I don't know what
Bye, guys. See you later, guys. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Umaru is a piece of shit. Like, this character is unbelievable, terrible. But like, why do you like Umaru? It's complex. It's not like Big Order. Big Order sucks. They're among the sucks. It's because Umaru is like...